Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to take a look at the top vets under 25 years old. The NFL did a all under 25-year-old list. I'm going to take a look at the Cowboys. All right, these are my top vets under 25 years old. Let's get into the list. Here we go. Camel time, baby. Boom. All right, guys. So the first up is going to be Connor Williams, the offensive guard. Comes in at 24 years old. All right, so Connor Williams, this is a contract season for him. He did show improvement last season, but has he plateaued? Is this as good as you're going to get out of Connor Williams? If so, do the Cowboys, move on? Do they keep him? What do you do with Connor Williams, guys? Let me know. Are you inclined to keeping Connor Williams, or do you want to give Connor McGovern a shot there? Let me know what you guys think. But for right now, I think Connor Williams, he's one of your best vets under 25 years old. All right, let me know what you guys think. Next on the list here, LVE Leighton Vander, 24 years old. All right, so banged up a lot of his career. His rookie campaign was, arguably his best season. And then after that, the tires literally fell off. The old saying is if you're injured in college, you're most likely going to be injured in the pros. And unfortunately, seems like that's going to be the issue here with Leighton Vander Esch. A lot of these injury-prone guys, they are what they are. Injury-prone. Let's not sugarcoat it. It is what it is. You can bubble wrap these players all you want. You can limit their reps in training camp in the preseason, but once they get out into live action, you're holding your breath. Not only Leighton Vander Esch, but some of these other guys that have a history. Tyron Smith, Lyle Collins, and these sorts of guys. So we'll see what happens there. But still, when on the field, he's one of your better tacklers on the team. He's a pretty solid defensive player. I'm not gonna sleep on that. He's still one of your better defenders. Leighton Vander Esch. It's just the injuries, right? So top under 25, Leighton Vander Esch is on the list. Okay, next, Dalton Schultz comes in at 24 years old. He got the torch pass last year due to injury, and he ran with it literally. He can play all the routes, the full route tree of the tight end, blocking. This player here, he's a throwback. He's a little bit of a throwback, and this is the type of player that McCarthy likes. McCarthy likes these hard-nosed types of players. So, I covered, Schultz as being one of these players that you may want to consider extending before the end of the season. And this sort of, yes, we do have like Jarwin, but when he got the torch passed to him, he didn't really do much with it. Unlike Dalton Schultz, when he got it, he did something with it. So for me, Dalton Schultz is tight end number one, and that's it. That's it for me. Now, if you can get a healthy Blake Jarwin, that's awesome. I'm all for that. I hope that does happen. But I like Dalton Schultz as your tight end here. Now whether or not you can keep him, do they want to keep him? I would think they would. But we'll see what they do. But he is under my top vets under 25 years old, Dalton Schultz, guys. Let me know what you think about Dalton Schultz 2021 season coming up. How do you feel about it? All right. Next on the list, Tony Pollard, 24 years old. All right. We all see the playmaking ability when he gets the opportunities. Now that's the biggest hill that he has to climb here in Dallas. All right, and I think it's going to remain the same. You're talking about lightening the load for Zeke and this and that. They say it every season. It doesn't happen. It's going to be the same output for Tony Pollard. Unfortunately, he's going to get his snaps here and there in the running game. Now, where I think that he may find some snaps, like I said, you have to get creative to get Tony Pollard some snaps in this loaded offense. So where will it come? It might come in the offense, on the receiving part of the game, because we talked about Mike McCarthy having to give him a look at wide receiver in the slot because there were some injuries and those sorts of things in minicamp. They got to look at him. It comes natural to Tony Pollard. He has that wide receiver capability. He did some of that there at Memphis, if you remember that. So well-rounded. I think Tony Pollard, get him on the field. But is he going to take more snaps from Ezekiel Elliott? He's not. Okay, this is still going to be an 80-20, a 90-10 proposition for him, which it is what it is. You know what I mean? But would I like to see him more on the field? Yes, for sure I would. But we saw what has happened here under his career with Garrett and with Mike McCarthy. So we'll see what happens there. But still, one of your better players here for the Cowboys, Tony Pollard. All right. Next is going to be Trayvon Diggs, comes in at 23 years old. Best vets under 25, Trayvon Diggs. So I like what he did last year. They threw him into the lion's den, like we talk about, and he held his own. He had his rookie, bumps in the road and this sorts of thing. But you gotta like what you saw out of him as a fighter, scrappy player, can play the run well, and he's gonna compete. You know what I mean? And he's doing his best in the offseason to do what he can do to become, the go-to guy. He wants to be that number one cornerback. And as it sits right now, he is your number one cornerback. He's your best cornerback right now. He's had a full season under his belt and, competes in the offseason with his brother, Stefon Diggs. And he's going to look to improve. He's going to continue to stack, that tenacity and get some more plays for the Cowboys. He came away with 3 interceptions. That number should have been higher. It could have been double. You know what I mean? It could have been 6 to 7. A few drops there, but I think if you work on your hands, another season here under, this defense, well, it's going to be year 1 under Dan Quinn, but, what they do under Dan Quinn, you're going to get opportunities. He wants his playmakers to make plays on the ball, so expect Trayvon Diggs to have another solid season. I'm expecting that. I don't think he's going to have a sophomore slump. The only thing with Diggs is, the injuries. He's not an injury-prone player per se, but he does have a little bit of a foot issue going back to Alabama, so something to keep an eye on. But he's one of my favorite players. I can't wait to see what Diggs does here in year 2. I think it's going to be special. I think he has the opportunity to be one of your elite players on defense, and this will be a player that we probably talk about as being, one of your elite leaders. We're talking about who's going to be the next leadership here with Sean Lee and some of these other guys leaving. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Trayvon Diggs? Is it going to be Parsons? Is it going to be somebody else that we're not thinking about? All right, I think Trayvon Diggs will be in that conversation. All right, let's go to the next one here. CeeDee Lamb, 22-year-old, second-year player. You got a lot of youth out of this player. So CeeDee Lamb, a future cornerstone player. He has the number 88, iconic number 88 jersey, and he lived up to it. He had an outstanding rookie campaign. I think if Dak Prescott would have finished the season, he would have easily have cracked 1,000 yards. I think he probably would have had, probably 1,200 to 1,300 yards possibly. That's not out the realm of reality. Now for this season, I do expect that. I expect those numbers to go up. I expect the numbers to go up with touchdowns, receptions, yardage. He's just a nightmare to cover. He's a handful, and it's going to be a handful for defenses to try to grasp what the Cowboys are going to do with the 3-headed beast, with Coop, Lamb, and Gallup. So it's a good situation to be in for CeeDee Lamb, but he is one of my best top vets under 25 years old. So this is a really good list. If you look at it, Connor Williams, LVE, Schultz, Pollard, Diggs, Lamb. I think if you're thinking about a new core, a new youth movement, these are some of the names. Now of the guys that are in contract season, Schultz and Williams, who do they bring back? Do they bring back both? Do they use a tag on one of these guys? LVE, does he stick around? So we'll see what happens here with some of these other guys, but it's a good young core, and some honorable mentions under 25 years old. I think we got to see more out of Neville Gallimore, but he could be on this list next year for me. Connor McGovern could be under this list. He's 23. Michael Parsons probably will be on this list next year, and he could, he could end up being in the NFL all top 25 list, next year if he is what we think he's going to be. And of course, Tyler Biadasz at 23 years old is another honorable mention. But guys, let me know what you guys think about, the top vets under 25 years old and how they'll impact this season. I think all of these players that we mentioned will be a big key to a successful campaign for the Cowboys in 2021. It's a youth movement on defense, especially very young on that side of the ball. but we do have a very good young core, as you can tell by this video. But guys, let me know what you guys think. Continue to like, subscribe, and share. Shout out to all my members. Shout out to all you subscribers. Make sure you hit that bell notification for all the latest news and every live stream that we have coming your way. Catch you for the next one, guys. Peace.